When you listen to Powell, what does it mean for the markets? How much more can central banks do after what they said so far?
Well, I mean, I think we still have a little over 200 basis points that they could do. I think it's interesting that the market has been reluctant to believe in this concept of an insurance cut. The Fed has sort of led the market to focus on the labor market as the sole barometer of the health of the economy. Labor markets are typically a lagging indicator. And as you look at inflation, as you look at manufacturing, I mean, you see a significant weakening in pressure. And so from that perspective, I think, there was very much a sell the rumor, buy the fact into yesterday's testimony. If you're out on vacation over the last week and you came back, you would have said, what happened? Not much. But obviously, there was quite a big move before and after.
Okay, 50 basis points, is that what you're expecting? And, if it's 25, does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes a huge difference based on current market pricing. I think our core view is that they'll probably cut 25. I don't think it would be horribly shocked if they cut 50. Again, the story is this is really an insurance cut. The closer you are to the zero lower bound, the fewer chances you want to take with allowing disinflationary pressures to take hold in the economy. If the market is already priced for 25, there's got to be at least some argument to surprise the market positively, and hence I think the market will tend to overprice the probability of a single cut and maybe kind of go 50-50 on a 50 basis point.
Gene, I want to get off physics on you. It's Physics Thursday here at Bloomberg Surveillance. It's about inertial force and trend. The 2-year yield chart, folks, I showed a few minutes ago is a Gene Frieda chart. I made it for Gene. And the answer is we've got 3 moving averages converging in a massive downtrend. How do they break this trend, or do they just simply have to wait for the markets to clear and for GDP to lift? Or can they actually break the trend of yield?
Break the declining trend of yield?
Yeah. How do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, in the front end of the curve, I'm not sure you necessarily want to break the declining trend in yield. The focus is really on the long end of the curve. The focus is on getting inflation expectations back up. And really that comes down to how aggressive you have to be, or you can credibly be, with monetary policy. When the economy is already very late cycle, it's very hard to kind of stoke the interest rate sensitive part of the economy at this stage. So I don't think it's really so much about breaking the front end trend. I think our expectation would be that yields have a reasonable chance of going lower, and the dollar probably goes with it. And that will then impart a significant easing of monetary conditions globally.
This is really important, Gene. Give a scope and scale. I don't want an analyst or strategist pick, but when you say 2-year yield goes lower, give me the number of basis points, sort of the range. 5 basis points lower or much lower than that?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a weak answer, which is really, it's what the central banks say. It's data contingent.
Oh, gee, so come on, you sound like a baker.
I gave that up a long time ago. No, I think if we look at the state of the economy today, I would say yields do not have to go that much lower. You can probably get away with an insurance cut for the course of this year, call it 50 in one go or 25 in 2 goes. But the point is, we are at a very fragile phase of the global business cycle. It won't take, but 1 or 2 minor shocks on the trade front to kind of tip us over. And so I think that's why you have to say you have to be a little bit flexible and say, if you asked me today, I'd say 50 basis point cut is enough over the second half of the year, and we probably continue along our merry way, albeit, at a weakish pace, given that we're in a mature cycle. But if we get another couple of shocks, particularly related to trade, you can imagine them going much deeper.